Hey everyone, this is Mark DeGrasse. I'm the CEO of AI Branding Academy, and today I'm talking about customer avatars because customer avatars I think are the most effective kind of pieces of branding information that you can create in order to guide your decision making. And the reason is pretty simple. When you think in line with your customer, you actually do a much better job of selling. Not simply because you identify more with them, but also because it gets you out of your own head in terms of presenting features. Because I think a lot of us, kind of default to presenting information that we think, the customer would know, but it makes a big assumption that they're interested in the first place. Now, when you have an effective customer avatar, and we call it, a humanized customer avatar, then you can make much more customer-centric decisions. What are their pain points? What are their aspirations? What are their, problems that you're actually solving, rather than, hey, person, I have a bunch of neat stuff that you should buy. Much better approach. And if you think of decisions that you make as a consumer, you want that approach as well, and it resonates with you, and probably the most of the things that you purchase are based on that information rather than somebody having a neat shiny toy that you can buy. So really quickly, there is a right and a wrong way to create a customer avatar. A lot of us, especially if you went to business school or have had any kind of business development training, it always goes back to like demographics and research. And we are going to do some of that, and your customer avatar is going to include some of that. But that we need to realize that the customer avatar is much more than simply a series of numbers. A lot of us, know like, okay, for example, you have say the soccer mom type, and you say, okay, it's a 25 to 35-year-old woman with two kids, and she lives in the Midwest, and that's what we know about our customer avatar. In this case, we're trying to sell a comfy chair, let's say. Now, that information doesn't give you any details about who this person is, what they're going through, why the solution that you're presenting is actually the best solution, and it's simply, information we could put into, say, a paid media data set. Like, okay, I know where they are. I got them geographically located. I know their age. That's good. And I know maybe their marital status and how many kids they have. That's all good information, but it really doesn't tell you who that is. Like, how are you going to write an ad for that? There's no personality in it. It's very hard to connect. Now, let's talk about a better connection. Let's picture somebody who is exhausted. They've been running around all day. They've, been dropping the kids off at practice, taking them to school. She's just stressed out. She has, feels like she can't relax at all, and she's running wild. She gets home and she doesn't even have time to cook dinner. She's just exhausted, has no energy left, and there's just nothing that can solve this problem until she finds the perfect comfy chair. And she knows that at the end of the day, she has solitude and she has a place where she can rejuvenate. And for that reason, she bought your chair, and this is your product. And now you can see how humanizing the customer avatar more than simply her demographics allows you to write much better ad copy, allows you to connect with them as a person. And now the features will write themselves, the ads will write themselves. And this is really what we're trying to do with a good customer avatar. We're not trying to simply identify as somebody who's going to buy our product. We're trying to solve problems, and we solve problems by knowing what the problem is in the first place. And that's what humanizing a customer avatar really means. So at the AI Brand Academy, we define a customer avatar, sometimes referred to as a buyer persona, marketing persona, or customer profile, as a representation of your ideal customer, the type of person you want to purchase your products or services. And more than that, the person who could benefit the most from your products and services. And this is really a departure from, kind of your typical say company-centric marketing that maybe you've been doing, or maybe you've seen other companies do, and it's dehumanizing because it turns you into a number. We want to make this person real in our minds and in our marketing department's minds, because once they can start to think of this as somebody they're actually helping, somebody who has a problem, somebody who needs a solution, all of a sudden you could write tons of ads, and you could make the coolest social media reels, and you could make the best email campaigns, and all of it starts to flow and it becomes customer centric. And that's really what we're aiming for. So how we define a customer avatar in the context of problem identification and solution envisioning is a detailed representation of a target customer that encapsulates the key challenges and aspirations defining their current situation, juxtaposed with the envisioned state where their needs are fully met. Okay, so this is a fancy way of saying we find a way to humanize them and really identify the problem and then also the solution. We call it the before and after scenario. So what was their life like before? We'll call our customer avatar that we were talking about Sally. What was Sally's life like before she found your product? She was stressed. She was tired. She didn't think there would ever be an end to all of the strife. And now that she found your product, she's now happy and she knows that there's rest at the end of the day, and it energizes her and it drives her forward. And now her life is much better because she knows that she can get the rest she needs to plow through the next day. And so this is the before and after that we're looking to generate for our customer, in addition to the story, in addition to the demographics, and in addition to all this other information that you should have if you're creating a succinct customer avatar. So this concept delves into understanding the customer's pain points, frustrations, and unfulfilled desires, painting a vivid picture of the difficulties they face in their daily lives or business operations. Concurrently, it elaborates on the ideal solutions that would alleviate these challenges, detailing how these solutions transform their reality into a more desirable, efficient, and satisfying experience. So, again, fancy way of saying you get all the information you need to write good ad copy. And, not just ad copy, but create content, create, customer service inquiry answers. All of the information that you should want is now available. I'm going to make sure that I am, let's see, current frame rate too low, 15, 16. Okay, so you might experience some. I'm going to post this recording afterwards as well, so stay tuned for that if you're not seeing it perfectly, but we'll make sure that it gets up there. Okay, so how do we create this customer avatar? Sounds like a lot of work, right? It's not. Of course, we have a fancy GPT, and I'm going to show you kind of the next level that you get to thanks to AI and our ability to not just research information, but also pull that information together into something that is completely humanized, has a backstory, has all the information you've ever wanted, and it's all going to be available within an AI that you could query. We're not doing that right now, but I'm going to give you a solution at the end where I'm going to show you how to do that in a couple weeks. So let's just talk about the customer avatar creator. So this is one of our kind of top GPTs. We've created about 70 different GPTs and we monitor how often they're used. The customer avatar creator is actually one of the most used GPTs that we've created at the Academy. So it's pretty cool. Now it does need a couple of pieces of information. At the Academy, we teach the 9 brand pillars, and the customer avatar is just one of those pillars. And the other pillars are necessary. You're going to see how I'm going to pull that information in, but we do teach that as well. So if you wanted to learn the 9 pillars, it is on our website, so go and check that out. Now, let's talk about, let's actually create a customer avatar. And I'm going to do it for the Academy so I could show you, exactly how it goes and what information we're going to put in. So we're going to go to the GPT. We're going to say, I need a new customer avatar. And now it's going to ask some questions. What is your brand vision? Now, brand vision is something we talk about constantly at the Academy. I believe that brand vision, or without brand vision, is the reason why we have so many crummy products and services, because there's no centralized vision for what the company does. And you need it. And this is, we talk about 2 core elements of brand vision. That's quantifiable and it's ambitious. Because if you don't have those 2 things, you're not going to be able to inspire other people to work towards it with you. So this is our brand pillars at the Academy. I'm not going to go through these. I'm just going to pull the information. But of course, we're trying to get to 20,000 certified professionals who are acknowledged as competent and influential marketers by 2025. We got some work to do, but we got over a year to do it. So it should be fine. All right, so let's go ahead and input that information. There we go. Next question. What are your core brand values? Core brand values, again, we teach how to make themed values. Usually we recommend 5 to 7. I, of course, maximized my core brand values because I'm crazy. But I usually recommend, usually 3 to 5 is a good amount of vision or core values that you can name. Okay, what's your core brand offer? Core brand offer is another component that I think a lot of companies are missing. How do you, bring together your entire suite of products and services? For us, we say providing transformative experiences via courses, certification programs, online tools, and community interactions designed to set a global standard in marketing expertise. That's what we offer. And if you don't have a succinct statement like that, you definitely should develop one. And it's just what you are. What do you sell? A lot of companies can't really put that into a single sentence, and you should definitely be able to. Where's your primary target market located? For this one, I'm just going to say USA. And here's a summary of the inputs we already did. Okay, so now it takes all of that information and it puts it into all of this information. So it gives me 5 options. Now, you could do more research, in the course that we're going to be teaching coming up. I am going to go into how to use Perplexity to really research a lot of the information and create demographics. This is kind of a simplified version of it. Still very helpful and free. So better than you have a lot, and you could always expand on these using AI tools or using the target market data you already have. This is, again, a humanizing process for your customer avatar. So let's see what it created. So again, we're Branding Academy. We're trying to teach people how to use AI, communicate with AI, to create really honest and authentic branding that could be propagated through custom GPTs and other AI tools. This is the 5 that I suggest. So ambitious Anna. And you can see a couple features here. We name the avatar, again, humanizing, and we give a backstory. So Anna is a 32-year-old marketing manager working in a mid-sized tech company. She's driven to climb the corporate ladder and sees certification as a way to showcase her expertise. With a background in business and a love for learning, she values professional development and credibility in her field. Pain points are that she struggles with being recognized as a leader in her industry, and her goal is to achieve promotions and establish herself as an authority. So again, we're going to go in much more detail, but you're already starting to get a picture. You can picture Anna. She's a go-getter. She's working hard, and she's looking to get ahead through education. I'm not going to read all these, but I'll read a few. Entrepreneurial Ethan, 41, runs his own digital marketing agency. He's self-taught and has successfully grown his business, but feels he needs certifications to attract high-end clients and compete with larger agencies. Pain points: lacks formal credentials to boost his agency's reputation. Goals: gain certifications that validate his skills and bring new business opportunities. Now we have career changer Chloe. Chloe, 27, is transitioning from teaching to a marketing career. She's tech savvy and creative, but lacks hands-on experience and recognition in the field. She's searching for an affordable, flexible program to build her marketing credibility. Pain points: feels overwhelmed by options available for skill development. Goals: learn marketing strategies and earn certifications to land a new role. Okay, then you have student Sam and you have corporate Claire. Now, the one I personally identify the most because I'm 41 and I have owned a digital marketing agency in the past is entrepreneurial Ethan. So I'm going to go ahead and go with him. And all you have to do is put the number of the ones you want. Now, you could do multiple, but most of the time I recommend just doing one at a time. One is a good number when it comes to really clarifying, because you might want to do them all. Don't do that. You can't write ads for everybody, and you can't serve everybody. So it's supposed to help you narrow down your market and get serious about helping a specific person. Okay, so now we have our avatar summary, and we have our attributes. Now, your attributes are really what you would typically produce when you're doing research into your target market. This generates them for you. If you have more research, of course, go ahead and input the research, and you could request changes and it'll give you the information. But this is the basic specs that we recommend for your customer avatar. Age range, of course, gender identity, geographic location, urban areas in the USA, focusing on cities with thriving small business sectors. Education level: bachelor's degree in business or related field, largely self-taught in marketing. occupational field, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, income bracket 80,000 to 150K, interests, marketing trends, entrepreneurial podcasts, productivity tools, and self-improvement books like Atomic Habits. This one is really, really helpful because if you're trying to think like, how do I get in the mind of my customer avatar, you could just look this stuff up. What are the top marketing trends right now? What are the top entrepreneurship podcasts? And then you just look at them. Or you read the book Atomic Habits. You're trying to get in the mind of the person who's going to be buying your products, and interests are the easiest way to do that. Also, after you identify a lot of these companies that may be providing these, you could use targeting on, say, Meta to say, hey, I want to target the followers of Atomic Habits. I want to, generate the followers of entrepreneurship.com. So, even from a paid ad perspective, this is really, really valuable. Okay, values and beliefs, innovation, professionalism, and growth mindset, interests and hobbies. Again, interests and hobbies are kind of the same as interest, but a little bit different because the hobbies, networking events, tech meetups, fitness, and personal finance. So this is areas where you can start to target your person. You can put in the demographics, of course, but if you can connect with them at events, at meetups, even with hobbies, fitness and personal finance, if you can run an ad in a gym, maybe like, hey, do you own a business that's frustrating you? Maybe you need to get certified in AI. It's starts to write itself again. Lifestyle, tech savvy, fast paced, focus on business growth, personality traits, purchasing behaviors. Again, this is a really valuable piece right there. Media consumption, again, it shows you where they're at and where you might want to start advertising. Brand preferences, this is the exact task. It's kind of, and you'll find a lot of stuff is repetitive, and you'll find out why, which is you need to beat AI over the head with the details, otherwise it'll hallucinate faster. Let's see, product service usage patterns, current challenges, again, another one. Very valuable. If you want to touch on those pain points, aggravate the pain, that's a marketing technique. Or you could go more positive, aspirations, become the go-to agency for premium clients, and be seen as an industry leader. Frustrations and current solutions, find certifications too generic or lacking in practical application. Experience transformation, your program helps Ethan solidify his credibility, attracting higher value clients and increasing his agency's revenue. And then finally, emotional outcome, Ethan feels empowered, confident, and respected. All right, let's talk about the before and after. Before state, Ethan feels stuck competing with larger agencies that have formal certifications. His potential clients question his expertise, and he's frustrated with losing business despite his proven skills. After state, Ethan earns a globally recognized certification from your program, enabling him to confidently pitch his services to premium clients. His agency thrives, and his professional reputation skyrockets. So again, this is easy to envision. What should we do? How do we get Ethan from here to here? As simple as that. Put it on a whiteboard, start thinking. It will answer itself. Now, you could always modify. I could say like, hey, no, I don't want him interested in entrepreneurship. It'll revise the whole thing. So just keep that in mind. You probably know a little bit. And if you're trying to think like, which clients do I want to serve? Pretty easy. Which clients do you like to serve? If you're an agency, you probably have served many different businesses. Which ones did you like the most? Which ones paid the easiest? A lot of times you just, if you don't have a target market, if you don't have a customer avatar, you're just serving everybody, and which ones pay the easiest, which ones are like, hey, that's a deal. Whereas other types of clients might say, hey, I'm going to make sure I get every cent out of this deal because this is a lot of money to me. Think about who's the easiest to pay, who pays the most. If you want to think about it like that, don't be greedy, but you're going to do a better service, because a lot of times if you are accepting clients that aren't paying what you think you're worth, you're going to give them that level of service, and that's not good for you. It's definitely not good for them. So it's not selfish to create this ideal avatar. It is realistic and necessary if you really want to be successful in business. Okay, I'm going to say yes, it's great. All right, let's finalize entrepreneurial Ethan and bring him to life visually. What does Ethan look like? This is another core component. Now, you might think like, well, why? It's not a person. You're trying to visualize. we're very visual creatures. So if you don't have a picture of Ethan in your head, you need to make one and you need to share it with your team. I worked at carparts.com. I made, I think, 5 different avatars, and they ended up doing life-size cutouts of each avatar so that the whole office, which there was like 500 people in the office, were walking by and they were looking like, oh, that's our customer right there. That's the person we're serving. It makes a big difference. Now it's not a number. People aren't a revenue source. People are people, and this helps establish that. Okay, so we have polished professional Ethan. We have modern creative Ethan. We have tech savvy entrepreneur Ethan. We have bold visionary Ethan, and we have relaxed leader. I like relaxed leader, and this might be a good indicator for you which one you should select. Because this is the type of person I like. People who are kind of laid back, easygoing, don't hammer on points, and are willing to accept my authority. And that's if you go after people who are like, I'm bold and I want it done this way. And maybe you prefer that. That's fine. I like relaxed leader, so I'm going to say 5. Now this will actually generate a picture of Ethan, and I'm not a huge fan of Dolly. Some people love it. I think the images end up really goofy. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will use a prompt on Midjourney, and you could say, hey, give me a prompt for Midjourney, and we have time. I think we're doing pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and do that because it always irritates me when you have to go with the regular. And I'm just gonna use the midjourney.com. Which is, I think, faster. But with the event I'm going to tell you coming up, I'm going to teach you how to use Midjourney, the Discord, because you get a lot more specific. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, okay, please give me a prompt for Midjourney to create a realistic picture of Ethan. And here you go. Now this is the simple way to do it, but all you have to do is copy this. I'm going to go into Midjourney, and I'm just going to say go. Now the Midjourney, and I'll tell you really quick just because it's generating the picture, it has some customizations that you could do, but on the Discord channel you could do a lot more customizations. And you can see here I have specific parameters. There's a tool we use called the Midjourney Prompt Generator that allows you to make prompted images. And so you can see here how you start to see these colors that keep on reappearing. These are graphics for my new book that's coming out soon. Well, tonight is the goal. But you can start to see how all of the pictures start to look like they're part of the same brand. And so this is what you try to do, or what we teach at the Academy, is how to make this kind of consistent imagery for your branding. Let's see if they generated. So we'll give it a couple seconds. Now, what I'm going to teach and what I'm going to offer you today is the new challenge we have coming up. It's the first time we're doing this. It's a 3-day challenge. And you're going to create something like this. Now, this is one of our avatars, and basically we took all that information, all that awesome details, and we created a custom GPT as the avatar. Now, this is very helpful because, one, again, we're trying to humanize our customer. It acts as a human. That's the point. So what you could do is you could say, okay, hey, Maria, I need to write an ad for an upcoming event called the 3-Day Customer Avatar Challenge. What type of imagery would you like to see and would be likely to click on? Great question. When it comes to the 3-Day Customer Avatar Challenge, the imagery needs to resonate with someone like me, someone who values visionary leadership, ethical marketing, and actionable insights. Here's what would catch my eye and make me click. Bold and empowering themes. A confident professional, perhaps a woman in her 40s or 50s, well-dressed and engaging with a team. An image that conveys leadership and innovation, such as brainstorming session with the diverse team members using sticky notes or digital tools. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now I could say, what features of an event would you prefer? Should it be longer or shorter, live or recorded? And you can just put your questions. So anything you have questions about, if you're trying to sell something, just ask the avatar. When considering an event like the 3-day customer avatar challenge, here's what would appeal most to someone like me, a busy professional who values impactful learning and time well spent. And now, it has a personality. That's part of what we do is we teach you how to create GPTs that have personality, so that you interact with it better, right? And so just ask it questions. And you could say it's just giving me details about it. We could say, what in your history makes you, we'll say, would make you want to attend? Trying to find that why. Why is the most important question you can ask. Great question. My history and experiences shape exactly why an event like the 3-day customer avatar challenge would grab my attention. Here's how. Building my marketing agency. Over the years, I've realized that understanding the customer is the cornerstone of successful marketing, but the evolving complexities of audience segmentation and customer behavior make it hard to stay ahead. An event like this offers the clarity and precision I'm always searching for. And so it gives you an idea, leadership needs, personal aspirations, promise of tangible assets. And again, each stage is just, giving you more information. We can even say, what platform would you be most likely to click on an ad like this? As a busy marketing professional who consumes a lot of industry-related content, I'd most likely click on an ad for the 3-day customer avatar challenge on platforms where I already seek inspiration, network, or stay informed. Here are platforms in order of likelihood. LinkedIn. Then it tells you why LinkedIn. Then it tells you the ad type. And it tells you Facebook. While I use Facebook less for professional purposes, I often join private groups and communities related to marketing and leadership. Ads targeted to these specific interests might catch my eye. So you can see here, like it's basically telling you how to sell to this customer avatar, and it's doing it in a way that makes it very approachable. Now, what you can do, since it's a custom GPT, you could give it to your team. You could give it to the agency that you hire to manage something. You could give it to the contractor that's building the ads, and you could just say, hey, make sure you run ideas by Maria. Maria knows what we are. Maria is our ideal person we want to work with. Make sure you run it by Maria. And so now, instead of you having to get on the call and you having to do the brainstorming sessions and you needing to do the committee meetings to make sure that everybody on the team's on board, you just go to Maria and she'll tell you what's going to resonate with her specifically. So that's what you could do, or what we're going to teach you how to do at our upcoming event, if you're interested. Now, before I kind of go into that, let's look at Ethan. Here you go. This looks like a person. Ethan looks like a happy guy, easygoing, not too formal. You can see he's in Austin somehow. Kind of weird that I knew that. But it's very, very helpful. You have a picture of this person. You could kind of see the difference between this. This isn't bad. You could kind of see it, but this looks like somebody. This looks like somebody you've met before, and it's much more helpful than simply, the kind of digitized AI looking thing. And if you're wondering why you keep seeing these images, because this is like the default image that Dolly tries to create all the time. I prefer this, much more realistic. Anyways, again, super easy. We got through this entire thing in about 30 minutes, and now you could really start visualizing. And what we're going to teach you at our upcoming challenge, and I'm going to give you that information now, is turn your perfect customer avatar into an AI. Basically, we're going to give you the ability to research your avatar. That'll be day one. Day two, we're going to visualize your avatar. And we're also going to show you how to animate them. So it's going to be more than simply, oh, hey, here is a picture. We're going to show you how to animate the person. And you can use that animation for your ads. You could literally show people the avatar and say, hey, is this like you? That's who we want to work with. Really easy. So that's day two. And then day three, we're going to teach you how to make one of these custom GPTs so that you can actually build it yourself. Have a queryable avatar where it'll just tell you what to do, and all the information that you generate is within the instructions for this as definitions based on the AI branding parameters that we create, and it's super duper fun. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and go to, and I'm going to give you a link to the GPT for actually creating the avatar, but if you go to the Academy, it's linked right here. Turn your perfect customer into an AI. And you can learn all about it. I did another description. You'll see, all the information I basically just shared. and you'll find out what you're going to do on the 3 days, and it's only 97 bucks, so pretty cheap. I try to make it super. Oh, it says I have to fix that, but it's 3 days. And it starts on December 4th to the 6th. We do have a Facebook group that we're going to be sharing information to. So when you register, you'll be sent to the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. We'll have a bunch of updates on there. And we'll be sharing information prior, mainly about research. Because if you have the research done, it's going to be much easier to understand. So again, 3 90-minute sessions, tons of impact. And again, you're going to learn how to use not just ChatGPT. We're going to be using Perplexity. We're going to use Midjourney. We're going to use Runway. And not that you can do all the tasks in ChatGPT, but I just found that these other platforms actually make it even better, except for Runway. Runway is where we're going to animate your picture and turn, create new life, or not really new life, create new pictures or more identifiable images that you could resonate with, and you could use for advertising materials too. So a bunch of wins in there, a bunch of value. Hope you join us. And if you have any questions, please let us know. We may have a discount coming up. And if you want the discount that we're going to have, please just register for our pre-sale. So we have Black Friday starting soon. If you go here and input your email, I'm going to be sending out some discounts that will start on the 25th, even though the actual sale won't start until Black Friday. Now, it's not going to be 90% off for that piece, but we are selling other courses and fun stuff like that if you want to join. So hopefully you found this helpful. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you at the challenge. It's going to be tons of fun.